Taiwan. Screen. Reynel Hugnatan. Kick out. Juan for 3. Off to the right. Rebound. Kagawan pa. Sina Marvin Lee at Lordy Casajeros. We're back with Bicol. Shaq Alanes against Juan. Back to Lordy against Dexter Maiquez. Now there's a push and a foul on Zach. Very uncharacteristic for him to be called for a foul like that.
Yeah. And right here, Reynel Hugnatan, nakikita mo yung leadership ni Reynel. Parang, you know, there's a bit of tentativeness on the side of San Juan, no? I think because of the unfamiliarity of the unit on the floor, this doesn't usually, hindi nagsasabay ito lagi. Itong 5 on the floor for San Juan. Kaya medyo may konting ilangan, kumbaga.
To your point, they usually play with a big man and 2 very athletic forwards. But now, it's 2 big men and 2 athletic forwards. And could this actually be a trend for the season?
Well, Pampanga is the defending champion, and then ginaganyan nila ibang team.
Exactly.
Na mas maliit.
Oh. So it could be. It could be. Let's see as the season goes along. We have a timeout 28-12. Let's see the next 3 games of San Juan. It's Mindoro, who, by the way, just came off of a big win versus the Abra Weavers. So they have to be wary of the Tamaraws. And then they have Negros on May 27th and the ever-so-deadly Valenzuela Classic on June 4. Val City has an even 500 record, but one can argue they've had a tough schedule so far.
Yeah, and it doesn't get any easier para dito sa Valenzuela, because they'll be playing San Juan as well. Pero ang ganda ng composition din ng lineup ng Valenzuela.
Oh, yes.
CJ Payawal, Dennis Santos.
Val Chauca is there with Andre Arminion and company as Reynel Hugnatan scores inside. Speaking of composition, the same can be argued about the San Juan Knights. You brought up the Pampanga Giant Lanterns, and now we're seeing the Pampanga effect in the MPBL. Ikaw ba? Ito na. Since I can talk a lot of history with you, did you actually feel it as well in Season 3 that everybody adjusted to the champions of Season 2 in San Juan?
Oh, I think the eventually it will all balance out. No, na magiging, you know, size will be a problem for everyone. We saw the emergence of someone like a Jonard Clarito and a Marquis, who I feel were and Gabanal na, you know,
that was the players.
Oh, ito yung standard na nakikita natin. And then nag-evolve, you know, and then eventually nag-evolve into a Nueva Ecija.
Yes.
Na malalaki din, skilled big men, you know, skilled big men, medyo undersized.
Yes.
Compared to really the, you know, to
the Pampangas.
And then, eto na. Naging Pampanga na.
Oo. And Pampanga got even stronger in this season.
And you surround Justin Baltasar with 4 or 5 players, 6'5" and above.
And he also has Jeff Viernes, by the way.
Ano na, kuya? so ganun yung ano eh. Eventually, you know, things are gonna catch up. Everyone's gonna adjust at you know, at your style, you know, personnel wise. Because now when you construct a lineup, when you're a San Juan, for example, or let's say Nueva Ecija, titingnan mo ngayon, tao por tao na.
Yes.
may kamatchup pa ako dito kay Justin Baltazar. Anong mangyayari pag Pampanga ang kalaban ko? Parang ganun na lang eh.
Oo.
Anong mangyayari kaya? What are my advantages against them? I think if I see picking up JB Bayo is a big deal for me.
And Bajío knows all about Pampanga.
Oo, isa pa
Dahil
yun.
galing siya dun. Quezon also has gotten stronger. Even Zamboanga. It's going to be a long season for us. But that being said, as San Juan gets another steal, and there should be another breakaway, Miranda misses. Maiquez unable to recover that ball. Marvin Lee will take it down. That being said, if I'm going to ask you to choose a favorite, are you still going to choose our defending champions?
Yeah, absolutely. I think there's more balance in the squad now with Pampanga, just because there's a veteran presence now in Jeff Viernes and Jmo Igilos.
Yes.
Kumbaga, if they need players to stabilize the young core on the court, meron silang ganun. And yung maturity ni Archie Concepcion eventually will pay dividends for them. And the way he plays now is much more controlled, fixes spots very well. And syempre, constant yan, Justin Baltazar.
Encho.
Oh, and may Encho Serrano ka pa, I think, who's still recovering.
Oh, yes. With that shoulder injury, as Zach Juan makes a three-pointer. That's going to be deadly.
Yeah,
That three of his.
He's a matchup problem at the three. Ito si Zach Wang is too strong. If you put him at the three.
And look at him play defense.
Yeah.
Well, Andrea did tell us weeks before that he has 7% body fat. So with that type of build, I'm sure mobility won't be a
I can
problem.
take 7%. Zach. Come on, give it to me. So that you'll be 0%. Give it to me.
Sino bumigla?
Bigay niya sa akin. Ako na.
By the way, speaking of Andrea, she has another story for us.
Coach Raymond Valenzona said maagang na-test ang team nila this season. Sunod-sunod raw kasi ang top teams na nakakatapat nila. Although it's sad news as a coach, he said he can't take it to heart. You have to stick to the facts and move on. For this game, pinalish lang daw nila ang kanilang opensa pero binagyang diin ang kanilang depensa. Facing a team like San Juan daw kasi wherein yung 15-man lineup, wala kang sisinuhin. You cannot pinpoint players, you gotta keep an eye sa kanilang lahat. Back to you guys.
I like that phrase, wala kang sisinuhin.
Oh,
There's
wala
a
naman
nobody.
talaga eh. Wala naman talaga.
Walang nobody. Ayun, walang nobody dito sa San Juan. By the way, they just scored again courtesy of Michael Calisaan. As now, that's Mark Yu who answers back on the other end.
I just think that they have to address itong transition defense nila, itong Bicolandia. All about getting back in transition.
Fast break scoring, 8-0 still. Calisaan is fouled again.
Hindi lang kasi yun eh. If you address that transition, minsan on the secondary break doon sila nangyayari.
Yeah. Kumbaga hindi na nakasettle down yung defense. San Juan is still shooting at 56%, which is 4% away from their percentage last game. And Orlando Mar just returned.
They're very sharp at the moment, itong San Juan Knights.
This free throw is brought to you by Extreme Appliances, ang subok at kompletong appliance brand ng Pilipinas. Quite frankly, I've been very impressed by the fact that they already lost their core in Season 2. The Wilsons, the Claritos, the Ionions, and yet they've always been in the top 4. Lagi silang nasa North Finals, as now there's a technical foul called. That's gonna be on Coach Raymond, I think.
Yeah.
Was he the one who slammed on the board?
May tumunog eh.
Oo. Hindi mo pwede paluin yung mga boards natin eh.
That's precious.
Of course! At pinaghihirapan niyang dalhin ng staff natin, by the way.
Yeah. Game in and game out.
Oo.
Technical foul on Bicolanja Oragon's head coach, Raymond Valenzona.
It is Coach Raymond Valenzona called for the technical foul. It's their franchise player, Orlando Mar, who's at the stripe. Now, we already talked about him in the pregame. But I did tell you, I was kind of surprised with your answer na you expected his rise.
Well, actually, because yun nga, yung natural progression ng team eh. When Ion left, he got a bigger role. John Wilson leaves, he gets a bigger role. So, you know, it's his time. Kung titingnan mo, he went to the draft
Yeah.
and went back here to San Juan. No luck, no such luck there. Balik siya dito. And he was welcomed with open arms. And I think that, sometimes yung motivation mo, mas nagiging ganado ka eh. Because it was a bit of a rejection, really, when he did not make the squad in the PBA.
Well, if it's about redemption, rejuvenation, he certainly has that sort in the MPBL. The Stucky fan of the game will be brought to you by Buenas and Zach Wang with that three-pointer. Now we have a free throw shooter for Bicolandia. It's Michael Makabalug. That's also a mainstay for them.
Yeah, the thing with Orlan Omar, going back to him, is that he also played behind Aaron Hiruta.
Isa pa, CJ Isit.
And CJ Isit. And yung nangyari kasi parang, okay, when he was, the reason why also, na nakitaan ko to na parang, okay, he'll be good, he'll be better, was because when he was put on the floor in the first season of San Juan, he would do well. Like he would score 12 points in just 10, 11 minutes.
Okay.
Alam mo yung ganong klaseng high quality minutes siya lagi yung binibigay niya to San Juan. And how much more if he's given, the keys to the offense.
There you go. He has definitely progressed. And now, San Juan is still up by 21 in this game. Marquio attacks and feeds. Makabalog fires. No good. AJ Miranda on the move. AJ Miranda. No foul. No basket as well. Marquio. Oh, good anticipation by Omar. And now he gets the steal. Another opportunity for San Juan. Zach Wang needs a teammate. It's Dave Ando. The ball slipped from his hands. Zach Wang, kick out. Miranda for three. Yes, sir.
Well, they were asking for a travel there on Dave Ando. It should have been, though.
There you go. Fired up Coach Raymond Valenzuela. He got called for a tech already, so I'm sure he's trying to be careful as well. They're down big time here by 24, 41-17. A minute and 49 remaining before halftime. But now let's take a look at that previous sequence. It was an absolute scramble. Dave Ando will lose the ball here. No travel call. He recovers. Bicol bench unhappy.
And you could see the Bicol bench up in arms. And what made matters worse was the three from AJ Miranda.
In front of the bench. Back inside the Batangas City Coliseum, Coach Raymond Valenzuela continues to plead his case in this game. He's been unhappy with some calls or non-calls from our referees, but we shall proceed. 100 seconds to go before halftime. This follows the overtime victory of Mindoro versus Abra. Kent Lau is fouled. That's Dave Ando called for some contact.
Bicolandia only with 17 points in the first half. And, when you come out to play a team like San Juan, you got to be prepared. Hindi pwedeng, it's not an ordinary team, kumbaga. You got to be prepared for a track meet, for wrestling, different sports.
I like how you put that. Writer ka nga talaga. Si Del Tupas. 41-17. Kalisaan scores inside. Ooh, someone was hit.
May konting chess pa. Oh.
That's Makabalog on the ground. This will be a review for our referees, Alan Manzano, Jay Castroverde. We have referee Gabriel and Noel Batuhan as well.
Well, that's Mike Makabalog. Dave Ando. Absolutely needless here.
Did you see it?
No, actually I didn't.
All right, so we'll wait for the replay. Let's not
Jump into conclusions.
Huwag na tayo magpaka-hypothesis dito. Meron mga experimentation na nagaganap mula sa ating referees. But Makabalog seems to be in deep pain.
Yeah, and you know, you gotta, if you're Bicol, every sequence now should be used to fire up.
Yeah.
See a teammate down on the floor in pain. Hopefully that wakes up the entire team. And I think they have a verdict already. Unsportsmanlike foul.
On Dave Ando.
Upon review, it was an unsportsmanlike
At ngayon,
foul
tatayo na si
on
Mike
number
Makabalog.
8, Dave Ando is second.
He's trying so hard, but the struggle continues for him. Parang hirap yata huminga.
Oo.
Ang laki nga naman ni Dave Ando.
Tingnan natin yung nangyari dito. Yun. That was a wayward right hand. But hindi titira ng free throw si Makabalog. Justin Alfonso will take it.
Justin Alfonso also played for Bicol back in Season 3. He's actually the son of Coach Monel Galios. And Alfonso spent some time in the States. Guess what? As a bilang artista.
Ooh.
Yeah. I watched a basketball series on Disney Plus. And he was there. I'm not kidding you. So here in the Philippines, he's also trying to make it bilang isang artista at also bilang isang writer for movies, entertainment movies or whatever. Basta ganun yung genre. But of course, he continues to play basketball.
You always bring out your courtside reporter.
It's not gonna go away. It's never gonna go away.
Courtside reporter tendencies ni Mix Gomez.
Oh, the relationships that we continue to build is just amazing here in the MPBL. Now.
You know what, guys? Kung nakita nyo kanina, okay, pagdating ko dito sa Batangas City Coliseum, there's video, okay? There's video evidence. There's video evidence na kung paano mag-interview at makipag-usap si Mix Gomez sa mga players. Nagsistretching. Nagsistretching yung isang team, yung isang player. Habang nagsistretching isang player, sa kagustuhan ni Mix Gomez makakuha ng story at kwento galing sa player na yun, nag-stretching din siya.
Oh, sinabayan ko.
Sinabayan niya.
Alam mo kung bakit? Alam mo kung bakit?
Bakit?
Kasi nakakatakot yung itsura ng SNC nila. Nahiya naman ako na ini-interrupt ko yung stretching ng player.
Nakikigulo ka?
So nakisabay na lang ako. That's the Abra team, by the way. All respect to them, by the way. And it was Nito Lentino who I was talking to as now the ball goes out of bounds in favor of Bicol.
Sabi ko, ano nangyari dito? Nagsi-stretching na rin. Player na ba to?
I can only wish. As this play of the game is brought to you by Buenas. Nice feed. And the trailer is Michael Calisan. There's only one guy with a mask in this game after all. 5-second differential. Mark Hugh up top. Burgos. Oh, another turnover. San Juan on the run. Calisaan is fouled.
I'm not sure. Michael Calisan had no intention of giving that ball out to AJ Miranda.
And Miranda was running with pure intention that he was gonna get the ball back.
Ginibap niya eh.
Oo,
Ginibap niya yung
balik
ball.
mo sa akin. It's 2 free throws though for Michael Calisan. Yeah, 10 seconds remaining before halftime. First one is good. So far, it's all worth it.
Oo, but, you know, ito si Michael Calisan. He needs one of these games. No, he needs one of these games na mataas yung output niya, and you know, gets his confidence, especially with his shots.
Well, he's up to 16 points already.
No, 15, because
He made 2.
no, bago pa pumasok ang tira, nag-step na siya sa linya.
Oh. Okay.
So
So that's the violation.
may not, it will not count.
Sabi nga ni referee Alan Manzano, yan, there you go. Not counted, but still 15 points
Oo.
in the first half. Very impressive.
With a 25-point lead.
Almost another steal there. 8 seconds. Justin Alfonso, drive and kick. Kent Lau will fire. No good. Ball tapped away. San Juan will still have one more chance here. 3 seconds. That's a lot of time. Let's see if they can convert. Orlan Momar dribbling in. Orlan. And he almost made it.
Grabe na yun kung pumasok
Oo.
yun. So San Juan looking very sharp in the first half, moving the ball very well, running at every opportunity, and this Bicol team reeling at the moment, down 25 in the first 2 quarters.
This halftime score is brought to you by GameX, the official online ending partner of the MPBL, the first and original online basketball ending sa Pinas. Now we present to you our top 10 plays of the week.
Tolentino. Inintay si Chavez. Drives baseline. 1 possession game. Caloocan's lead is down to 3 with 1 minute and 34.
My goodness, Delph, can you tell me, malapit ba ang Abra dito sa Caloocan? Because it feels like 1/4, marami yun of this crowd is Abra. But you look at the shot here by Chavez. Excellent decision by Tolentino to wait for him, and Chavez finishes at the baseline.
14 points ang lamang ng Pampanga Giant Lanterns, and we're nearing the end of the third. Archie Concepcion fires the 3 and will knock it down.
May magagawa ka pa ba doon sa Yeah, you guard him close, he'll attack. You give him the lower percentage shot. Okay. Ang mabigat lang, this is their home court.
Oo. And Abdul Sawat, inatrasan niya talaga ng gusto. That
Delivered in. 10 seconds on the shot clock. There's the screen. MJ pass inside. Great feed. Basket and 1 for Donachea.
Unselfish basketball there.
Already had a good look.
Oo. And that's what Coach Cholo wanted to see out from his players. Diba? As reported by Sydney.
How about that? Showing a little bit of flair with that left hand. What a beautiful finish by JC. Here's the forward pass. Marcelino challenging the defense of Marvin Janicio, and he gets the hoop plus the harm. Sometimes players are just too good. Heavy, kahit na alam mo na kung anong gagawin at anong mangyayari, it will still happen. The Marcelino twins run by Abra.
And Jeremy Cabanag answers right back. Jeremy Cabanag playing big down the stretch.
At Hanapi plus Pau Javelona.
Javi, how impressive has been RJ Minerva for his individual defense on the post. That's the second time tonight as he was able to hold his ground. The first one against Umali in the first half, and last trip against Aluceni. But talk about a move. LJ Gonzalez relatively quiet in that first half. Naging maingay doon sa galaw na yon. Sinigawan pa ni Coach Gabi, magkasama yan sa FAU. Yung friendly like that sigaw. Tingnan mo to, oh. Hop.
Look at that.
Enter the blender. CBC. Kapwa, tama raw pa.
Against Aluceni, tried to get it back, but look who gets it. LJ Gonzalez recycles possession for Quezon. Torres against Javelona. One of the best defenders we have here in the league. But Cyrus Torres, what a cold-blooded 3. from way downtown.
Oh, what a terrific shot by Cyrus Torres. Cyrus Torres sizing up the defender.
Hand in the face, inches away from the three-point line.
Comboy. 3 on the way. Yes, sir! Tied game. 59 all. What a show.
Well, this was the three by Wendell Comboy moving without the basketball. That shot tied the ball game.
Gonzalez with the rock against Francis Escandor. Gonzalez gets the step. Fuentes, this could be big. That is the dagger. Jodel Fuentes from the outside.
It opened up that window on the left side on a struggling Jodel Fuentes. Before that shot, struggling after the first quarter.
Del Comboy. Cabanag uses the pick from Cervantes. Gets it back. Cabanag, labas kay Rail. Tres. Pasok yan! Big shot from Rail Cervantes. Jerimer Cabanag making it happen for Caloocan.
At 59 all, gotta be impressed with the patience of Jerimer Cabanag. This is the second action of that two-man game. It finally leaves Cervantes open. This is also the same play prior that he missed at the top of the key.
You just witnessed some unforgettable shots from our top 10 plays of the week. At kung nabitin po kayo, pwede niyong ulit-ulitin ang video na yan sa ating Facebook and YouTube accounts. At this juncture, we will be having our halftime interview together with Ms. Carmi Rondero, Innovation Marketing Dealer Coordinator. Thank you so much, ma'am, for joining me here at the half. And ma'am, for our viewers to get to know more about Satellite, anong sulit sayang offer ang available sa mga Satellite subscribers natin dito ngayon sa MPBL?
To all the viewers here in the arena, MPBL game is available on Satellite. That's channel 53, MPTV channel. And also Satellite now is only 1,190, and you can have the buy one and take one load. So subscribe na po kayo.
That sounds like a good offer, no? At ang pinaka-importanteng tanong, paano nga po ba makakapag-subscribe o makakabili ng load yung mga gustong manood ng MPBL at iba pang palabas sa Satellite?
To all the Batangueños here watching, you can visit our TP Hub, that's Innovation Marketing, and we are located in ENJ Building, Evangelista Street, Batangas City. And also, please like and follow our Facebook page, that's Signal-Batangas-Innovation Marketing. Thank you. Thank you.
Alright, thank you so much, ma'am. Mga kaliga, ganun lamang po kadali, kaya subscribe na po kayo sa Satellite. And that's it for our halftime interview. Don't go away, magbabalik pa rin po ang MPBL.
We are at halftime for San Juan versus Bicolandia. San Juan has more than doubled the scoring output of Bicol so far. So Delph, how are they able to do it?
Wow. Just running at every opportunity, dominating the glass, and really moving the ball crisply. And nakita natin, doing it at both ends of the floor. They have their heart and soul in Orlan Wamar leading them. And you know, yung ginagawa ni Orlan really just rubbing off on the rest of the Knights. Michael Calisaan had a big first half with 15 points. And just, you know, just pushing all the right buttons itong San Juan Knights. Ito naman Bicolandia, they get carried away by some calls na hindi na pupunta sa kanila. And that has distracted them on what's their problem. And their problem is, you know, there's a lack of effort on their side. And yung, you know, just going through the motions in that first half. So, you know, that those statistics there tell the entire story of that really dominant first half of San Juan.
You asked for a big game from Michael Calisaan, and here he is, delivering.
Maganda yung simula ni Michael Calisaan. And I mentioned that he needs a game like this to get him going, because pagkalaban na malalakas dito sa MPBL, no disrespect to Bicol, they have yet to win a game this season. You know, kailangan itong si Michael Calisaan has to be on point. He has to be one of the people, one of the players that they will turn to offensively. And, you know, kukunti lang yung binibigyan ng play dito sa team na to yung San Juan Knights eh. And isa si Michael Calisaan doon. No? The ball usually, you know, is controlled by Orlan Wamar, and he makes things happen for them. He orchestrates the offense. But when you have Michael Calisaan on his game, you know, mahirap talunin ng San Juan.
I remember last year in the playoffs, it was against either Nueva Ecija or Pampanga. Nueva
Ecija, he was a problem.
Diba?
Malaking problema.
Kalain mo yun, he was making all of his shots.
Kahit balibag, hindi ko alam, sa likod ng ring pumapasok pa.
And that's why they beat them in the second round of the North Division. By the way, this is Mix Gomez at your service alongside Fidel Tupas and Andrea Envicio for Bicol versus San Juan. Later on, it would be the battle between the two South Division champions that we've had in the history of the MPBL, Davao in Season 3 versus Batangas in Season 1.
And not just that, battle of former champions.
Ayun na nga.
National champions.
No, they were the champions from the South Division.
Okay,
Thank you for clearing that out for us. Yeah, we gotta word that better.
Yeah. Medyo na-confuse ako, but nonetheless, champions.
Champions in the MPBL from the South Division. Ayun po ang ating kwento. San Juan won the title in Season 2. Kulang na lang ng Nueva Ecija at Pampanga to round out our champions.
Di bale, you see them, you've seen all of them this season.
Yeah.
And it's the first time.
Oh yeah, right.
Na lahat ng former champions naglalaro.
But now we're back with the San Juan Knights. They swing it to the left. Couple of new gunners on the floor. John Galinato is in. Same goes for Paulo Hernandez. Hernandez saw only 2 minutes of play in the first half.
Important here for Bicolandia is how they start the third. They got to play with more urgency, with more fire.
Galinato looking ahead. Now he kicks out onto Michael Malonzo. Back with Hernandez. Another Mapuan. Maiquez turns around and he scores.
Ako talaga, you know, if I'm, you know, on the side of Bicol, like even just, you know, not to the point of hurting, you know, you gotta play more physical against San Juan. Alam kong San Juan is one of the gold standards in terms of physicality dito sa MPBL, but yeah, you gotta do something here to stop the bleeding.
They have a lot of time to wake up and surge with a run. Now there's a foul called. It's on Dexter Maiquez, who's arguing that it happened on the floor, but it will be 2 free throws for Shaq Alanis. Charles Burgos will get some instructions from Coach Raymond before they continue. Alanis is firing from the stripe. He continues to also transition from 3x3 basketball. Alam naman natin, ibang-iba talaga ang laruan doon. Pagbaba mo pa lang dito, full court. It's been an adjustment for our players. And Ino Comboy gave me another angle in our previous game. He said, isa pa sa adjustment namin is the fact that we only play once a week. So kumbaga, yung katawan mo, naghahanap ng basketball.
That's true. And what about this stroke from John Galinato?
The other baby face,
Oo.
as you mentioned.
I've seen him in a handful of games already for San Juan. And in terms of the eye test, sobrang ano niya, pasado, flying colors. Because he's got a mid-range game. He looks very comfortable with the basketball in his hands. Great decision maker. And, you know, ganda ng jump shot.
Right. It's like a basic jumper na tinuturo sa mga camp. Ganun yung itsura eh.
Oh, and wait till you see him on a fast break pull up from 15 feet.
Let's see if we can get that later on. Burgos misfires on the strike.
When you're all in this day and age, when you scroll your social media and all you see are drills and workouts of basketball players, uy, ang ganda nun ah. Nagagamit kaya sa game yan. And obviously, si John Galinato, ginagamit niya sa game.
Niya naman. Buti naman para sa kanya.
Ganun yun eh, yung mga pagka-fake, one dribble pull-up, nandun ka sa spot mo.
Tapos kung ano-ano pa nga yung mga defender mo dun, di ba?
Oo. May mga mahabang, ano pa eh.
Habang kamay.
Mahabang kamay.
Tapos may bubungguin ka ng mga, ang tawag doon?
Cushion eh.
Cushion, yun.
Tapos may mga upuan, may mga cone.
Exactly. I've seen a lot of hate comments about those, by the way. Na parang di naman kailangan yan. Why make it complicated? But then again, hayaan na natin sila.
Yeah, but Migs, the basketball now, it's gone, you know, ang layo na.
Yes.
Ang layo na. And you can argue that probably some of the worst players on a team would be the best players previously in many years ago.
Yes. Oo. As Galinato scores with that layup.
Ganda ng drive na yun. Galing kay Galinato. You know, ang ganda ng fundamentals. Went up on that layup.
No basket for Rafi Reyes. Are we going to see a pull-up? Galinato, tough pass. There's the trailer. Hernandez swings to the left. Galinato against the zone. It's Maiquez. No good. Rebound, Rafi.
And Bicolanda just 2 points so far in the third. And he initiated the contact. Kung si Shaq Alanes. Yun. Veteran move again.
Holding foul called. And we have a substitution. We haven't seen much of this guy. Marvin Lee in the first half only played 5 minutes. Took 3 shots and he was scoreless.
A lot of players they're capable for Bicol. There's Chris Javier. There's Marvin Lee. Jomar Santos also on that bench.
We haven't seen him today. It's a 31-point game, by the way. Paulo Hernandez calling out to play. Such a big point guard for San Juan. It's Galinato.
Smart point guard as well.
Swinging to the left. All day. Paulo for 3. Want to talk about the nice stroke?
Oo, ang ganda ng ano niya. Ang ganda ng bitaw ni Paulo Hernandez, and very instrumental in that run to the finals of Mapua.
But he did say that he's also done with Mapua. It's good to have him here. Nice feed. Basket and one for Reynel Hugnatan.
Manong Reynel Hugnatan. What a story. You know, when you talk about origin stories, ito maganda yung origin nito.
Do tell.
Because this guy went to Manila and wanted and you know, went back to Bacolod. No, didn't work out, didn't pan out. You know, played for, I think he was with University of Manila. Bumalik siya ng Bacolod. And may tryouts sa Negros Slashers.
Okay.
Hindi siya yung invited. Okay?
Oh, okay.
Yung isang kaibigan niya. Sinama siya ng kaibigan niya. Siya ang nakuha.
Oh. Asa na kaya yung kaibigan niyang yun?
Nakwento niya tong pangalan ng kaibigan niya eh. It's, I think, Tubesa yata ang apelido.
Wow, good
So,
for you to remember. As Marvin Lee scores.
We got stuck in the airport in Bacolod for like 2-3 hours and
Nakwento niya yung buong buhay niya.
yeah.
John Galinato, yes sir, a three-pointer.
Ganda na naman ang bitaw ni John Galinato. You gotta love the young guns of San Juan here. And the way they're playing the right way. Very disciplined and very fundamentally sound.
So Galinato is also coming off of that Jeff Napa program in NU. As we know, they excelled a lot in the UAAP. Same goes for Mike Malonzo, now has the ball. Paulo Hernandez, screen by Hugnatan. It's a foul.
And quickly acknowledging that was Reynel Hugnatan, who spends his free time in his rest house in La Union.
Wow.
By the way.
Wow, what a luxury as this three-point shot is brought to you by Extreme One-Stop Shop Appliances. Paulo Hernandez with a beautiful looking stroke. How about si Del Tupas with his courtside reporter tendencies as well?
No, that's a writer's tendency.
Writer's tendency. We have a timeout. Next three games for Bicolandia. They will take on Batangcan, Calu, South Cotabato, and Muntinlupa. Right now, we have Bicol versus San Juan, and Bicol has only scored 4 points in this quarter. Our statistician, Jory Mangonon, is beside us right now to tell us that the previous low is 5 points in a quarter.
Yeah, and I think I covered this game. I covered this game in Davao.
In Davao.
Davao against Zamboanga. I think Zamboanga shot the lowest output with 5 points. It was a Zamboanga with Alvin Pasaol, Aaron Blah.
Ito yung lowest in a game.
Oh.
28, diba? 28 points in the whole game.
No, 38. 38. Was this 38? Yeah, 38 points in the game. 47 to 38.
Oh my goodness. That was really a mystery.
Oh, but I was at that game. And
How can you explain it?
sobrang ano talaga, sobrang alat talaga.
Wala na yung explanation. Maalat lang talaga.
Sabi ko, ano nangyari dito? Because, you know, Alvin Pasao scored how many points in a UAAP game?
49.
49. Of course, you know.
Of course.
If you didn't know, you wouldn't have been a good courtside reporter.
Oh, by the way, John Galinato made another three-pointer.
Ito yung gusto ko, tinabihan na tayo ni Mr. Mangonon.
Yes, why not?
69 to 27, Migs.
This is what, a 41-point game? No. My subtraction is wrong. 42. That's may basket pag na-issue.
Okay na. Okay na. Nakashoot na.
Nabeat na yung record.
Nabeat na yung record. Okay na.
Medyo ano din malayo na, nasa third quarter pa lang tayo, and we're kind of contesting that this could be the lowest scoring output ever. But now Alanes just gave us that bucket and he will proceed to the line.
Nagulangan si Hernandez.
So,
Really, no words for that, but nagulangan ka talaga sa move na yon.
Free throw converted by Shaq Alanes, 69 to 30.
So previous low is 38, no, for Zamboanga in that game.
Are you sure? I thought it was 28.
38. It was 38.
All right, let me do
You have to check.
a check.
Grabe
here.
na yun. Pag 28 naman, Mix Gomez.
Okay,
Iba na yun.
as we get to see a basket by Michael Malonzo.
5 points na for Mike Malonzo.
Here's the replay. Yeah, it was 28.
Yeah, oo nga no. Wow!
Yeah, that was the record. So okay na. Bicolandia is very safe here. They have a lot of time to score more. Feeling ko na piece by piece mo lang na andito na siya this early in 38 is still a question.
Yeah, 28. So thank you so much, Mr. Jao Mangonon.
Oh yeah, for his service.
Always, and you know, with our social media pages as well, very helpful when we put out our team standings, our stats, and takbuhan na ang Bicol. They've racked up the points here.
You did ask them to play faster,
yeah,
and more physical. So let's see. They're down by 40. Alam mo, at this point, pride na lang to no?
Yeah. And trust me, I play in rec leagues where I'm down by 50 and I want to go home.
Well, some players would have a different type of attitude.
I want to go home. And there was one time I played in this rec league.
By the way, this fast of the game is brought to you by New Star. Win to the max. Shaq Alanis on the move. The feed onto Chris Xavier for 2 points.
And there was live stream.
Oh, really?
On the league.
Oh, we can get tape of you.
And then it was here. And it was halftime, and we were down probably by 30. And I said, "Can you turn off the live stream?"
Well, the good thing is we can still see the fight in Bicol in this game. Miracles have happened in the MPBL, believe me. So let's see. As now Moika brings down the ball to Reynel Hugnatan. Nice cut, Nico Panganiban.
Well, nakatalikod sa bola si Marvin Lee. Caught ball watching there. And Nico Panganiban. Again, San Juan. Just the willingness to move without the basketball.
Under a minute remaining in the third frame. Casajeros from the corner. Short. Rebound Panganiban. Galinato up top, back to Nico. They swing it back to John. Good fake. One-hander, yes sir. What a second half for John Galinato.
I told you, he has that move in his bag and it's so basic. Pero alam mo yun, he gets good arc on his shot. He's really well balanced every time he puts the ball on the deck.
Oh, nice block. That's Galinato again. And that's a foul by Lordi.
A good foul to give up, but nasa penalty na pala sila. Sorry about that.
So it's free throws for Galinato, who's in double figures already, by the way.
Ito yung sinasabi natin, maximizing your time on the floor.
He hasn't rested in the third quarter after not playing in the first half.
You know, if you're a player like Galinato who's on the fringes of the lineup, of the rotation, you really have to make the most out of that and mapakita mo that you deserve more minutes.
Well, you did argue that was the story for Orlan Wamar before. He was efficient with his minutes. And look at how he has evolved. As now, Galinato continues to pile up the points.
12 na for Galinato. That's double his average. And also, less minutes for him.
So far.
Oo.
Casajeros against Ando. 4 seconds. Lordi, does he know about it? Casajeros will pull up. That's a miss. And it's too late for Chris Xavier. And so, the San Juan Knights continue with their domination. They proceeded to halftime with a 25-point advantage. And now they're up by 46. So, almost doble yung naging kalamangan nila because of this third quarter surge.
32-11 in the quarter, and John Galinato 4 for 4, 3 of 3 from beyond the arc, and had 2 of 2 free throws as well. So a very impressive performance from this young man as we go into the fourth quarter.
It is 78-32 here inside the Batangas City Coliseum for your second game in your MPBL Wednesday. After this, it will be Batangas City versus Davao Occidental. And this follows the victory of Mindoro in overtime versus the Abra Weavers. Paul Desiderio led the way with a big-time double-double. He was the leading rebounder with 15 boards in our first game today. That was able to spoil the beautiful performance of John Lloyd Clemente, who also had a monstrous game. But now, this end of the third quarter score is brought to you by GameX, the official online ending partner of the MPBL, the first and original online basketball ending sa Pinas. Presenting our Suzuki muscular and sporty fans of the game, just like the Avinis, do more and achieve more. The muscular and sporty scooter from Suzuki, the Avinis. Oras na para magmotor. Kami po ay nagbabalik mula sa Batangas City Coliseum. Mark Yu is back for Bicolandia, although they are facing a big-time deficit of 46 points beginning the fourth quarter. This is Mix Gomez, by the way, alongside Del Tupas and Andrea Endicio. Before we proceed to Parañaque, tomorrow, Manila on Friday, and Pangasinan on Saturday. Bicol looking for a look here, a good look. That's a tough one for RJ Delis. Recovery for Rafi Reyes.
They're getting sloppy offensively, itong Bicol, and just offense just going nowhere for them. And
May sorry misses pa.
but
Finally, Burgos scores.
But Burgos started out this ballgame very well. He's got 10 points now. Didn't have much time on the floor. So si Burgos has played only 17 minutes.
Nico Panganiban. Down the middle, Panganiban passes. Up top they go. EG Boy, Mojica, layup, yes.
Nice to see that facet of Edgy Boy Mojica's game. He usually is a spot-up shooter. Now taking it strong to the cup.
Last year, remember, he was a stretch for San Juan, EG Boy Mojica. I asked him, kamusta ang pagiging shooting guard? Sabi niya, okay naman. Tinatanggap ko lang naman yung role ko. Same goes for Zach Wang, who has shown us his shooting prowess. But Zach Wang did give me a technical breakdown of how
Si Zach Wang pa.
Si Zach Wang pa. Of how things go with San Juan. Sabi niya, kapag 4, pareho lang yun sa alam ng 5. Pag 2, pareho lang ang alam sa 3. Pero mahirap kapag 3-4 ka. Kasi parang dalawang type of player ka eh. So it means na yung schemes na alam mo, nag-times 2 for San Juan. So it means that the likes of Mojica, Zach Wang, and Malonzo should get credit for that. Because of being swingmen.
Yeah. Yun yung tweener. Kumbaga. Yung, in the pros, no, in the PBA, yun yung yung mahirap na yung import, kung yung import usually 3-4 yun eh. Dapat alam nila lahat.
Oo.
Alam nila lahat. And dapat pwede mo ring iwan yung bola sa kanila na sila na bahala.
At least sa San Juan, hindi kailangan yun. Dahil magandang sistema nila, magandang pasahan nila as Mark Yu misses from the stripe.
Joseph Ubalde na lang hindi ko nakikita eh.
Right. Nandiyan ba siya? Nandiyan naman.
Waiting.
It's usually his time already.
Loading ako dito. Loading.
Maganda kasi pag nabigyan siya ng minuto, it could be a big chance for him to steal the Best Player of the Game award. As now, that pass was a bit too strong for Dave Ando from AJ Miranda. $80-35. Almost 2 minutes gone by in the fourth quarter. Mark Yu Up top, Charles Burgos. They go to Delis. This guy also has had to adjust from big man to swing man in the 6th season of the MPBL. There's a foul called.
He wears many hats. Ito si RJ Delis. And I think, you know, he loves the game too much. Nakita natin yan with his demeanor and his attitude here with this Bicol team.
This free throw is brought to you by Extreme Appliances, ang subok at kumpletong appliance brand ng Pilipinas. At balikan natin si Andrea Indicio.
This is gonna be my redemption season. Yan ang sinabi ni RJ Deles, and he is happy about the fact na ang kasama niya ngayon ay si Coach Raymond Valenzuela. Kwento niya, he's known Coach Raymond for more than half of his basketball career, and he describes Coach Raymond as someone who brings out the best in him. With Coach Valenzuela's coaching style na kahit sumablay daw ang player, binibigyan pa rin ng chance to redeem himself. RJ can get his rhythm. Prangka man daw itong si Coach Raymond. Actually, mas gusto pa nga daw yun ni RJ because the straightforward statements make him straight towards improvements. Back to you guys.
At least he has the green light.
Yeah.
As Mark Yu also has it. RJ Delis has certainly shot the ball a lot more times in this season.
Oh, and he's gotten more playing time, and the fact that, you know, he can play multiple positions is certainly helping his cause dito sa Bicol.
Oh, that will count for Nico Panganiban. He was such a big-time pickup last year for San Juan because they lost Jodel Fuentes.
Oh, and you know,
Ngayon, sinokom na ang wala. Pinailangan din siyang palitan.
and alam mo yung you know, alam mo magandang programa nito San Juan eh. Because when the players leave, they actually play better.
Yeah, yeah, ironically. That's why we keep on being impressed as Gamboa gets fouled. At maganda yung sinabi mo kanina eh, yung they don't necessarily recruit in order to replace their stars. They develop their own.
Yeah, you know, take for example, Joner Clarito. You know, they really got him as, kumbaga, he was 11th or the 12th player in the rotation that time in that first season, and then he became the 6th man, and you know, made the game-winning shot for the championship.
Which might just be the best shot that we have ever seen.
Oh, until,
But, wait, let's stop the conversation because we'll get back to that later on.
until mamaya.
Inantay ko to eh, na magkasama tayo. And I want to talk about it on air. Later on, Davao versus Batangas City.
Gandang laban yan.
Miranda on 2. Panganiban up top. Dave Ando for 3. No bounce. Rebound Delis. (83-39). 12 on the shot clock. RJ, green light, nice pass. Easy points there for Chris Javier. And there's 6.5 to go. Still no sign of Joseph Ubalde.
Hinahanap mo na talaga siya, Mings.
Why not? He's a crowd favorite, especially in San Juan. Dave Ando. He leans in, and it's a charge. Dave Ando will foul out. Oh, hindi pa rin si Joseph. It's Michael Malonzo.
Relax si Mr. Ubalde eh.
Nakasandal.
Nakasandal sa upuan eh.
Oh, malalim din ang kanyang usapan kasama si Michael Kalisaan.
Nakabihis kaya si mukha nag-warm up kanina eh.
That's a good point because he could just be wearing the warmer. And then it's civilian on the low.
Oo.
Wala rin kasi si Senator Jinggoy. Usually siya yung biggest hype man ni Joseph Ubalde.
Hype man.
That's how I would contextualize it from the sideline. As now, Marvin Lee just made a three-pointer. There's a foul. It's on Marvin.
Mukhang papabalikin pa si Orlan Omar ni Coach Philip. I'm just observant at the movement on this San Juan bench.
Here he is, Mr. Joseph Ubalde.
May clamor po sa San Juan na ipasok na May clamor din dito sa commentary.
Why not? That's all that we can say. That's a steal. Marvin Lee, breakaway. Hindi na hinabol ni Nico Panganiban. I wanna greet Sir Nini Arquiza, by the way. Good evening.
Hi, boss. Hi, boss.
Hindi raw siya natuwa nung napag-usapan natin yung 28 points ng Zamboanga.
Tinawaran ko na nga ng 10 points, boss eh. Ginawa ko na nga 38 eh.
Nico Panganiban making a 3-pointer.
But you can't argue facts.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
So just for everybody's context.
Can you imagine how many times I said wala, miss, or no go in that ball game?
Yeah. Kasi kahit yung kalaro nila, 46 lang.
Oo.
As Marvin Lee made a 3-pointer again. That's 12 points for Marvin.
But it did not felt like it. You know what makes nung game na yon?
That was a very concerning closeout.
Oo.
Ayan, nagsorry naman si RJ Deles kay EG Boy Moica. Alright, you didn't feel like it because...
It was... The game was so physical
intense.
and intense.
Well, it was a second-round game.
Yeah, it was a playoff game and grabe yun. And I remember waking up early for a flight back to Manila.
That's how life is.
And nakasabay ko sa flight si Ma'am Anita.
Talaga, si Ma'am Anita. So she wasn't too happy.
Hindi ko na sabihin. Hindi ko na sabihin.
Shout out to Ma'am Anita Kao, by the way, and thank you for all of your love and support for not only Zamboanga but the whole of the MPBL. There you see our finance team. Ayan, sina Ryan, sina Camille, Steph as well is a part of our crew.
Or
sa
LED.
sound, LED. Hindi rin ba siya sa sound?
Sound and LED.
Sound and LED. Parang lights and sounds nangyari doon. Deles is not happy with the call.
Pero sinasabi ko lang sa inyo, sa mga lagi nanonood ng MPBL, this is a grind, by the way. This is a grind because every day it's a different venue.
Yes. You know, sometimes I wish na we could also feature the people behind the scenes. Mapakita natin sila on camera.
Oo.
Kahit paminsan lang, kahit siguro Christmas special, ganun.
Meron naman eh. Last season, I think, during those last moments ng season, I think we had them, for a group shot.
Okay.
To be featured. But it already feels like an entire season, even though we're just 1 month into it.
That's the beauty of the league in itself.
Grabe yung miles eh. The kilometers that you log.
And the venues are getting farther.
Yeah.
Which is also one of the greatest things about this league because we get to discover new cultures.
Yeah,
and
Pangasinan.
New places.
This year, nakailan ka na ba sa Pangasinan? Isa pa lang.
Pangatlo on Saturday.
Pangatlo.
Ako lahat.
I'm
so
sorry,
far.
I'm not
no,
free on
it's fine.
Saturday.
You're gonna be there in Abra, so enjoy it, Sidel. All right, so we have referee Jay Castroverde proceeding to talk to Coach Raymond and Richard Tampos. This is still on the closeout, right?
Yeah.
By RJ Delis.
I think there was contact there.
The review for the challenge was inconclusive and it has been nullified.
Inconclusive.
Yeah.
Forget about it. It is a foul on RJ. But it's a common foul. Not an unspo.
Yeah.
And I'm bringing that up because it was a closeout. Merong landing spot concept na developed lately in basketball in order to protect the ankles of the players. Moica did have a challenging fall a while ago.
Okay. may isa pa tayong trivia dito na kailangan bantayan.
What is it?
Although, largest scoring margin.
Malayo
64.
yan. Malayo pa yan.
Wala tayo.
Now it's 39. Oh yeah, that was Davao versus Imos, 132-68 earlier in the season.
Courtesy of our stats man.
Jory Mangonon. And big shout out as well to everybody who works with him. As Deles scores inside.
Abalos brother, syempre. Nandyan.
Si Jepoy, ito katabi natin.
Oo. Si Jepoy. Oo.
He's in his second season in the MPBL as Boy Mojica makes a three-pointer.
40-point lead for San Juan.
Rafi Reyes on to Chris Xavier against his former team. Marvin Lee, that's all the space that he needs. But his shot was short. Good effort by Malonzo.
Actually very happy that Malonzo has found his way here to San Juan. Because you need these type of players if you're going for a championship run. Yung mga bata, athletic, can play multiple positions.
He can be the new Jonard Clarito.
Yeah, and some of the teams always have a player, yung contenders always have a player of this mold. Manila has someone like Adidat Hanapi. May mga ganun ng mga bata na...
Why don't we round up the champions? So, last year, Pampanga had Bahio.
Yeah, oo. Yung mga ganung klaseng player.
Sa Nueva ba?
Nueva, last year...
You can argue Michael Wico plays like it.
Pero ngayon, they have like a Nat Cosejo.
Oh, yeah.
Now.
And Bahio as well.
Oo, Bahio na.
May Kenneth Mocon pa dun, The Rough Riders for Coach Don Dulay. Nice feed. Burgos onto Chris Xavier.
Bicol certainly, parang they picked up the scoring. And you always wonder why they didn't do it sooner.
Yeah, just very unfortunate as now Malonzo leans in and scores. And we have a timeout. It's courtesy of Bicolandia. 93-55, under 3 minutes to go in this game. This play of the game is brought to you by Buenas. AJ Miranda making Coach Luis Gonzalez proud. There's the pass on to who might be the new Jonard Clarito on the San Juan Knights in Michael Malonzo. We'll be back. Thank you for joining us live on MPTV Channel 98 on Signal TV, on Facebook, on YouTube, and on Pilipinas Live as well. This is Mix Gomez with Sidel Tupas and Andrea Indicio. Kenneth Duremdes, Rudy Distrito, and Emer Oreta are looking good, looking very young at the sideline, as I should say. Alam mo, nagkakahawaan din sila sa mga outfits nila eh. They're getting more and more trendy by the day.
Yes, very fashionable.
Why not? Deles bumping his way through and he scores.
Only 6 points para kay RJ.
Although he's attempted a lot. Andrea did say, or did report about that green light. As now, Mojica has made a three-pointer again. He's up to 16 points. Miss, rebound, EG Boy. (96-57). These last 2 minutes are brought to you by GameX, the official online ending partner of the MPBL, the first and original online basketball ending sa Pilipinas. Marvin Lee brings down the ball against Marwin Taiwan. But we haven't even talked about him. Marvin Taiwan. That's how deep San Juan is.
Yeah.
Isa pa yan eh, last year.
He's won him some games.
Oh yes. And they used him as the 1, Orlan as the 2. Masasacrifice na lang na wala pa silang isa pang point guard just because of how good they are together.
Oh, and the thing is, dito kasi sa MPBL, mas madali, you know, for Marvin Taiwan, yung size disadvantage na, he's not the biggest, no? But right now is really bulked up. No, hindi na siya payat eh.
Toned.
Xavier misses on the free throw. Laki na ng katawan ni Marvin Taiwan eh. But, you know, hindi ganun ka-glaring yung physical disadvantage dati ni Marvin Taiwan. But whatever he lacks in that physical side of the game, but he more than makes up for it. Yung kanyang speed, yung kanyang pagiging pesky defender. Ang kulit eh.
For sure. Oh, by the way, Gamboa just gave us another 3. That's the 15th three-pointer of San Juan in this game out of 26 tries. That is amazing. Close to 60% three-point shooting. Second try here. Burgos, 2 free throws.
It's not just the fast break, but the threes as well. It's 45 points coming from beyond the arc. 13 na lang. Abot na yung score ng Bicol.
Yeah. First free throw is no good for Burgos. There you see Justin Alfonso. One more for Charles. No good. Bicol is 14 out of 28 from the stripe, only 50%.
Even that is a problem.
Miranda has the ball, 45 seconds. We're just waiting for the final score. HM being pressured by Rafi Reyes. Now it's Gamboa, who's really asking for it. Will he shoot? Nina.
At least get to 60 if you're Bicol.
Well, they still have one last shot. No Joseph Ubalde in this game.
Yeah. Looks like they will milk the clock here.
Rafi shoots. No 60. And that should do it. The San Juan Knights will win by 41 points in Batangas City. 99 to 58. They will stay undefeated. Bicolandia remains winless.
Well, San Juan Knights doing what they need to do here. Business-like performance. Very professional. Etong San Juan as they tackle this Bicol team. You know, sometimes, you know, you take these things for granted because it is just another game in the schedule, but San Juan took this one seriously and they got rewarded for it with this big win.
This best player of the game, brought to you by Buenas, was the guy who started it all. He practically did not play anymore in the second half. Let's check the minutes here. Kalisaan played 11 minutes in the first half and he did not play in the second half. Wala talaga, apparently. So,
well, it was a 25-point game.
Yeah. So this final score brought to you by GameX, 99-58. So that is the tally, the official online ending partner of the MPBL. That is GameX, the first and original online basketball ending sa Pinas. Michael Kalisaan, with his first half great performance, is now with Andrea Endicio.
First of all, congratulations. Mike, merong trend ang inyong team noon, kung saan sa second half pa kayo lumalayo ng score sa kalaban. But tonight, hindi ganun yung nangyari. Simula pa lang maganda na agad yung pinakita ninyo. Paano nyo ba na-overcome yun?
Basta kami kasi naglalaro lang kami as a team eh. Nag-stick kami kung ano yung gustong mangyari nila coach sa offense and defense. Kaya siguro nagiging ganun yung resulta ng namin, ng performance namin.
Also, Mike, kanina na-witness nyo yung kapasidad ng inyong susunod na makakalaban, which is the Mindoro Tamaraws, to give upsets. Anong gagawin ninyo para next game hindi kayo yung ma-upset?
Gagawin namin lahat, magpe-prepare kami ng kagaya ng mga nakaraang game namin. Hindi kami magpapabaya. Siyempre, bibigay naman namin lahat ng best namin para kay Senator tsaka sa mga taga San Juan.
Alright, that is really good to hear. Meron ka bang gustong batiin o pasalamatan?
Siyempre, unang-una, nagpapasalamat ako sa pinakamamahal nating Senator, si Senator Jinggoy, Boss Jeremy Go, Kong Brian Yamsuan, Boss James Go, Boss Jun Usman, Go for Gold, Alaksan FR, for Peace Party List, Fin and Claw Grill, JSU Amusok, Bicol Saro Party List, and Power Hope Sports Clothing, at sa lahat ng mga San Juaneños. At siyempre sa family ko, sa asawa ko si Steph, baby girl namin si Monique, si Coco and Teo, yung in-laws ko na bagong dating, Mapa, yung parents ko sa Pampanga, yung mga taga sa amin, San Vicente, Santa Rita, Pampanga, at saka yung mga lahat na sumusuporta sa San Juan. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much. Once again, that is Mike Calisaan, our Buenas player of the game. Back to you guys.
That's 15 points in 11 minutes of play for Calisaan in this game. Big shout out to Mike Malonzo. Double-double, 10 points, 10 rebounds. Arvin Gamboa had 11 points as well. John Galinato was perfect. 4 out of 4 in 10 minutes of play, 13 points for him. And how about EG Boy Moica? 16 points and 4 rebounds, playing as a shooting guard in this game for the San Juan Knights. Up next, we have the battle between the MPBL's first and third season champions. It is Davao versus Batangas City here inside the home of our inaugural champions. Thank you for joining us in our second game. For Andrea Endicio and Tadel Tupas, my name is Mix Gomez. At magbabalik po ang Maharlika Pilipinas Basketball League, ang liga ng bawat Pilipino.